Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today, I wanted to take the time to talk about whether or not we will see new profession content in Phase 6. Now, professions have been kind of a little all over the place here in Season of Discovery. We have moved around them, we've swapped them. There have been some things that are just weirdly bis. Even like alchemy from Phase 2 can still be viable here in Phase 5 and in-game rating, and when we were level 40 because of the uniqueness of that consumable. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So as we mentioned in the intro there have been epic quest lines for professions for most of SoD, from SoD Phase 1 to Phase 3, and they also tied into, like, they had a shadowy elf figure that looked like Xal'atath that sort of did them sort of building into, like, the War Within coming out and all that awesome stuff. It was a little bit of hype and, like, maybe making SoD feel like an alternate timeline where some things could go differently if they were to progress into the future, and it just looks pretty cool that she would also talk about, like, time and space and stuff, but she gave us some really powerful items. In Phase 1, it was like they took the blues, like spider silk boots, and they increased them to be even cooler. In Phase 2 with Nomergon, it was an epic questline that took you all around the world and into Nomer, and you unlocked a just completely new recipes. And then in Phase 3, it was Sunken Temple, which took you on another epic journey throughout the world into Sunken Temple, sort of into the nightmare, discovering that stuff. And then at the end, Xal'atath taught you some new recipes for that as well. So I thought that was really cool. It did a really good job of engaging players in the world. My only complaint about those is since they were so long and required a lot of effort and, you know, hours of in-game play, I would really be nice to make it a button-down account that you can just sort of learn the recipes and set them to your ults once you've done it once. But that's just my personal take on that. I do understand why having that could be, like, it's against the spirit of Classic. Like, having an ult in Classic is pretty brutal because it's literally just like a second main with the amount of upkeep and the amount of things that you have to do. So it's really only for people that have that extra time to do it very well. But, you know, that's always a debate that people either take one side or the other on it. Then in Phase 4, they took a completely different route with these. We did not see an epic questline. We saw them do rep revamps with Thorium Brotherhood, Hydraxian Waterlords, Timbermaw Hold. And those reps were really, really cool, as well as Argentdon even though Argentdon is probably the most useful rep of those, and we see it be used in later phases. But it was really awesome to see that unfold and what we were able to get with it all. And it was just kind of different to see us go from, you know, there's Phase 4 reps and changes, and then we got Phase 5 where we got nothing. And that felt really bad. I do really like the Phase 4 system with what they did. You could grind the reps to be the crafter, and if you were the crafty, you could just do the other half of it, which was like farm beads to get the timber mob people. Like, you could have just got your 60 Winterfall beads, and then someone else could be a tribal leatherworker or any leatherworker and get the patterns that you needed to make those pieces of gear. And I thought that was a really cool way. It rewarded crafters on the sense of they grinded extra to get those recipes, and it rewarded players for having to go out there and actually go and get the secondary item in order to get the thing made. So it's just a win-win, in my opinion, for everything that we saw with them. Then Phase 5 came along, and we got a revamped BWL, we got Thunderin, we got a revamped ZG, and we got nothing as far as professions go. Bloodvine is kind of useless. That gear has no place because of the hit ring runes. I don't know anyone that uses this ZG crafted stuff because tier 1 is so powerful. Any guild that's recruiting you will literally just carry you through MC and get you full tier 1 in a day. That's at least what I've been doing with the SoD Saviors any new recruit. Like, I'm investing in players and people, not what their item and gear is, because we can get you geared really quickly, because all of tier 1's on route for my guild because we've been doing MC every week since it came out. So it kind of feels weird. It's in a weird place. There's no like big crafted item to go after, and I think it's a big miss by the SoD team to not have that included, because a lot of people are raid logging right now. There's not a lot to do in Phase 5 other than raid and play the game once, twice a week, however many times you raid. So it can just be really a nice way to get out there and go explore the world to get these items. So in Phase 6, what we do have is we have the Cenarian Circle rep, and we have the Brood of Nozdormu rep, two reps that are kind of like one-offs. Use them for getting a few things, and I think that gives us a massive potential to make some useless items very useful, because they do have a lot of useless stuff there, as well as they can have the quartermasters just have some brand new things that we can go out and get, because like Brood of Nozdormu is literally just one, like you get your ring and that's it. There's no anything, so there could be a lot of room to make that awesome. But just a little food for thought. I hope they go with the Phase 4 system. I did think that that was a great balance between having like some grand epic questline and, you know, being able to craft it for other players, and just going out there and getting items that are either already in the game or added, like the embers and the spirit beads. So secondary professions, they have not touched these for all of Season of Discovery, and I think they all have a massive sort of in-game gap. Once you're 225 and level 50, we have been making the same stuff that we've been able to for 3 phases now, or 2 phases. So it just really feels weird that the Phase 3 stuff that we were making and using has been here the same way. I'm not advocating for like new consumables with alchemy, but there's just a massive in-game gap when it comes to the secondary professions, especially when we look at like cooking and fishing, even first aid. There's just so much untapped potential. Take a look at this map here in-game real quick, and I want to show you like Feralis is an in-game fishing zone, Tenaris is an in-game fishing zone, Silthus, while it does border the ocean over here, like they could literally just open up these mountains and let you go down here to the ocean and fish some in-game fish. You could go to Winter Spring. Once again, there's parts of these where they border the ocean that you could go out and fish. You could also fish in this lake. You could fish in this hot spring, these bodies of water. They could add so much. It is a little hard over here in Kalimdor, but if we go all the way over to Eastern Kingdoms, you have the plague lands. Like we could get some plague fish that we have to fish up, and then maybe you can use first aid and get a holy band-aid to cure the plague fish, and then you can cook the plague fish, and the plague fish gives you like 20 strength or 20 agi food, or just an agi alternative instead of having the eels. You know, there could just be so much that they could do with it, and it really sucks. Same with Western Plaguelands. Like this has so much water that you could fish, and there's just, they don't even spawn pools here, which is crazy to me. Like they have so much water and just no in-game fishing pool spawn, and it's just really sad because, as you guys know, I really do enjoy fishing and the cooking and the secondary professions. I've made so many videos on it throughout the years in Classic WoW and what you guys can do with it, and I think it'd be really awesome to see them revamp it, even if they only add like 2 fish to the game, add some pools for people to fish. I really think it is such an easy system to add, because like the core systems are there, you just have to add new fish or add even existing fish that can just be fished up. You know, I don't know exactly all the items in the Classic WoW database, but I do know that there are a ton of like white unusable foods and fishes that you get from just looting a bunch of mobs anyway. And most importantly, the precedent is there because we already get sandworm meat here in Silithus. So there's a little quest that you'll get here that you get from the inn, and then you'll go to the inn and you go and do a short little chain, and then you can get some nice yummy fishing food. So really cool there. But anyway guys, that's it for this video. I would love to hear what you think about profession tips, if we think that we're going to be getting any new profession content in Phase 6. I really think that we could see some awesome stuff. There's a lot of potential there, and it would be very beneficial for the game because it would give people something to do in the world instead of just raid log. But anyway, I truly hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey you. Yes you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.